and welcome back to the Sweet and Spicy Podcast. My name is Kate.
And I'm Cecily. And today, I am covering a highly popular book, not only because it is actually a very good book, but because it is an out there book. Yes, that's a cucumber, and those are tomatoes. And this book is called Pounded by Produce.
It's VeggieTales
by G.M. Ferry, and it is essentially VeggieTales inspired. And as a kid who grew up in Christianity in the 90s and 2000s, I honestly don't have the words to delve into how this book made me feel. Like, I'm going to talk about the book, but my brain is, still processing. And I'm not even saying, I will not, it's not a bad thing. This book is good. It surprises you because you're like, what the hell? But it's good. And I love books like that because people look down on them and they're like, oh, that just looks like something stupid. But it's actually, very good. How many times can I say good today? It is well written. It is well written. It is thought out. It moves quickly, but it doesn't leave a lot of plot holes. And it's whimsy, magical fun with freaking Bob and Larry, guys. I don't know. So anywho, before I get too much further,
I was gonna say, before we get too far into it, we did meet her at Smut Lovers.
Yes.
And she is so sweet.
She is sweet and adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And, see, my book is signed. La. And I liked it a lot. And I also got the one she wrote called Get in My Swamp. That's a Shrek love story because, again, I love Shrek. And I'm just, it is what it is.
I also got 2 of her books.
Mm-hmm.
I got the one that is Bad Behavior, which is definitely B-movie. And then I got her Red Riding Hood one.
I am curious about the Red Riding Hood one as well. I will probably have to borrow that one.
We'll book swap.
We'll book swap. Book trade. If you see here, this is part of our book haul from the conference we attended. And if you want to see a video about the conference, check out our YouTube, because that is going to be a little special episode where we just kind of talk about the Smut Lovers conference that we went to and what we thought and where we might be again next year. So, but for this episode, allow me to give you the triggers. And I'm just going to read it directly from her website because I can't really add much to that. Pounded by Produce is about 2 priests who transform into sentient veggies. While fun, this erotic, sexually explicit story includes elements that might not be suitable for some readers. Religious trauma, religious guilt, dubious consent, object insertion, biting, mild domination, mention of domestic abuse, anal penetration, penetration without protection, and double penetration are present in this novel. Readers who may be sensitive to this content, please take note. Obviously, yeah, I don't need what. I already see your face. What?
So, I also grew up watching VeggieTales. I'm guessing the cucumber is named some form of Larry.
We'll get there.
Obviously not specifically Larry. Does he have a hairbrush and he loses? Please tell me there's where is my hairbrush?
There is.
Oh my god, yes.
It's almost immediate, too.
Oh my god, yes. Yes! Okay.
There's a couple. There are several VeggieTales references, and it kind of comes out at you, just kind of you're reading and you're like, ooh, that's hot, and then you're like, ah.
You're like, no, childhood.
I don't know. It's I don't know.
Also, I want to apologize to y'all on YouTube that are watching this. I am extra, reflective today for some reason. It's everything, my hand. So I'm so sorry if my forehead is like blinding you here.
So the dedication is pretty funny too. To everyone with religious trauma, I hope this helps heal you in some small, very weird way. And honestly, like at first that line doesn't make sense to me, and then after reading it, it kind of does. And like I can't explain it. It just like resonates now. Um, it also says, also to Andrew Scott, this is all your fault. So Andrew Scott, whoever you are, apparently it is your fault that this book was written. And I'm going to have to say thanks.
Wait. Did he have anything to do with VeggieTales?
I have no idea. I did not look that up. I'm not that investigative.
That's fair.
So.
Thank you, Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott?
Yep, no. That was his name.
Andrew Scott? Okay. Thank you, Andrew Scott.
For whatever you did that caused our GM to write this whimsical VeggieTale porn.
I'm excited.
With a side of BDSM.
I'm so excited because when we saw it, right, I saw it on Instagram first. And then I learned she was going to Smut Lovers. And I think within a second of learning that, I had already texted Cecily and let her know that we would be going to her table and we would be buying books from her because I am so morbidly curious about multiple other things. But I specifically remembered seeing the Pounded by Produce come up on my thing. I looked into her because I thought it was funny. And then I saw the B movie one. And I said, yes. So, this is exciting for me.
I can't get behind the B movie one, but I did get behind the VeggieTales. So,
listen,
do with that
the B movie one is
what
so
you will.
Interesting, though.
I just never really watched the B movie because it just looked weird. And I thought
B
it was...
movie
me, of all people, thought it was really weird that they made a kids movie where the bee's like in love with a human woman. Me, of all people, thought that. I know, right?
I don't know how that works, honestly.
Like pot meat kettle.
Because also, bees don't live that long.
Correct. Especially male bees.
I was going to say, especially male bees only live for a season. And then they're kicked out of the hive.
Yeah, we had bees at my house for a little while.
You did?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I don't know. Weirdness.
This is not about bees, though.
Nope, we're talking about veggies. So let's get into it. The plot. Well, first of all, I'm giving it's definitely a 4. I kind of think it leans to 4.5. You can be the judge of that. Maybe we'll have to call it a 4.3. Just split it down the middle. The spice starts pretty quickly, which is nice. Because it's not...
I was going to say, it's a shorter book.
It's about 200-ish pages, which I know we've read a lot of those lately, but they're kind of nice. And sometimes, sometimes you just can't get drawn into an epic adventure. You just got to take a little quick...
And also, our
epic It's a quickie! It's a quickie read.
Our longer books also, we take a little bit longer to read them. So typically, after we get back from a book conference, we're not typically gonna want to sit there and read a 500 plus book.
Yeah.
I am currently still reading a specific series that I've talked about a little bit before. I'm still getting through it. And then we'll talk about it. But that one I need a break from for a little bit.
Fair. So,
because it's dark romance themed. I mean, so and each book is like its own standalone, and the last one that I read was the most like hardcore of one, like especially with like the BDSM aspect and everything. Yeah, so Kate's gonna take a break to fix her brain a little bit.
You should
before diving back into the mafias here.
You should go read Happy Little Halloween Stories. Which, speaking of, this is October.
Welcome to our October episodes.
Which means what in Florida? Absolutely nothing.
Hurricane season.
We're still in hurricane season.
That's what I mean.
They keep magically avoiding us, though. So, we are trying
You
to
just
read.
jinxed it.
Knock on wood, whatever. I don't care. I work with storm people. It's fine. Anywho, October means we're trying to read more spooky, mystical books. Although I guess most of these are kind of mystical, especially when they involve werewolves and things. But anywho, this one has magic in it, so it counts. The plot. Let's get into that. Basically, your main characters are Emily, Father Robert, and Father Laurent, which in French is basically Lawrence, which is basically Larry, and Bob for Robert. Yes. So Emily is a girl who is escaping an abusive relationship. And her uncle helped her get out, and she's living in like his little home that he has, and she's stole a newspaper from her neighbors because she doesn't have like a phone or any ways to like, she doesn't have internet. She has a phone, but she doesn't have internet because she didn't have anything because her ex was abusive and wouldn't let her have anything. So she finds an ad. What?
He's meowing.
Oh,
and he's also
I didn't even
come
hear
to say
him.
hello.
Oh, there him is.
This is Tofu. He is currently quarantined in my office because he's a new baby.
No.
He's almost a year old?
He is a year old.
Tofu, no. He is a year old, okay.
He is the same age as my cat Toodles. They're brothers.
They are. They came from the same litter.
Wherever Toodles went, I would hold him up for you.
Poor little Tofu's been through a few different homes just because they just weren't the right fit.
But he's yours now, and he seems very happy.
Is. Oh yeah, he's not shy at all anymore.
Oh.
He's trying to be besties with the dog.
Fair. Excuse me, sorry.
Bye Tofu. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So,
Tofu interlude, YouTube.
She's looking for jobs. She's not finding anything. And then her eye happens to catch a job listing where they're looking for a live-in cook at a parish. And she's kind of like, ugh. Because she's kind of like, this would be the rom-com where I get swept away and all this other stuff. And then she was like, while she had the phone ringing to the parish, she was thinking, I wonder if I have to beg to get this job. Like, I would suck whoever's dick to get this job. And then the phone answers like, St. Mary's Catholic Church, how can I help you? And she's like, I'm glad I didn't speak my intrusive thoughts out loud. So Emily gets the job because the priests have been without a cook for about a week or so or more, and they're quite frankly tired of it. So Emily's excited.
This is not what we made the oath for.
Yeah, exactly. So she gets the job. She starts heading that way. When you meet Father Robert and Father Laurent is screaming from across the yard to Father Robert, have you seen my hairbrush? And comes running, and Father Robert shakes his head at him, and he goes, oh no, where is my hairbrush? What will the patrons say when they see my unbridled bedhead? And immediately I was like, oh my God. Veggie Tales. Yeah.
It's better than I thought it was.
Oh, it's all up in there for sure. So,
oh my God.
As the priests are there talking to each other, they are cursing, and you realize that they're chill priests, and they kind of have a potty mouth. And then there's
even Catholic or?
Yes.
Okay.
They're Catholic. They're young, and they're hot. I actually, when I bought it,
over there.
When I bought it, I got
the
the artwork from our author.
You did, yep.
So that was part of it.
Yes, ours did come with artwork. I forgot about that.
I just dropped it.
A lot of the books that we got did come with artwork.
Yes, and I'm just like, I've got to find a safe place for these, because normally I just kind of throw things, because I'm cluttery. Anywho, so Gail is the woman who meets Emily when she's coming there, and shows her around, and she works there too, but not all the time, and she's actually about to be going on vacation. Emily gets there and meets the priest and is like jaw dropping because she's like, dang, they're attractive. Laurent is like tall and blonde and like flirty, even though he's a priest, and then Robert's like dark and serious.
Can I just say, so it sounds like Interview with a Vampire and Twilight Vampire.
You know, that's probably one way to put it. So, there's even a joke where he's like, I just hope our new cook is decent, and Laurent's like, I'm praying for more than that. My God is bigger than the boogeyman. So again, VeggieTales references. So anywho, Emily is there. She keeps pinching herself because they have like a garden and it's out in the countryside, so it's not super busy. It's a sweet gig. You make 3 meals a day, piddle around in the garden, and you have a place to live. She's ecstatic.
I want that job.
Right? Like, where do I sign up for that?
Man, I'll cook for hot priests.
So,
my husband might be opposed, but you know.
So the fathers are, they're both kind of eyeballing her, but here's the thing, what you find out a little bit, the fathers eyeball each other. So when the fathers were in school to become priests, they were
Isn't it
roomies.
called, like, seminary school?
Seminary, whatever. Not everybody knows all that.
School.
I'm just trying to say things as normal as possible.
Preschool.
Yeah. At preschool, preschool.
We can't say that.
At seminary,
One of us is gonna mess up.
At seminary school, where they were roommates, and they were roommates. So they didn't actually bone at school, but apparently one night, Robert knew Laurent was a light sleeper, and he like looked over and saw that Laurent was looking at him, and his hand was going up and down under the blanket. So they kind of like jerked off in tandem without acknowledging that that's what they were doing. Yeah. So they have like, what do they call it? Unrequited love for each other.
I don't think that's unrequited.
Well, I mean, it's not, but they're, especially Father Robert.
Unacted upon.
Yes, especially for Father Robert, because he took this very seriously. Father Laurent was just like, I was just looking for something. I found this. La la la. Like, that's how he became a priest. So anywho, later that night, Emily has a dream. But you don't realize it's a dream because it first talks about her waking up and then, like, meandering over to the church, and she decides to pray, even though she's not very religious, because she's like, I'm not, like, I don't know what to do here. And then, she's like, but this could work, and she's like, maybe I could even, I could do the nunnery thing. I need a little dick every once in a while or something, God? And she's, like, praying out loud in the church, and I'm just kind of like, these are not words one says in the church house. Oh my God. But at the same time, I'm also kind of like, tee-hee, that's funny. So anywho, it gets better. So in her dream, Father Robert and Father Laurent show up and are like, we know exactly what you mean, and offer to fill up the hole in her life she's talking about. Yeah. I'm like looking at my camera, but looking at you because of your face.
How many holes are we talking here?
Well, they're like, Father Robert takes control and tells her to unzip Laurent's pants and take it out. And it's a cucumber. And she's like, what the? She wakes up. She dreamed that he had a cucumber peen. Then she decided, I just must need a midnight snack. And obviously, I'm hungry. So she, like, went to go get some cucumbers. Well, she's in her nightgown thinking nobody's awake. Father Laurent is eating a bowl of cereal in the kitchen. So they have like a little cute moment of snacks in the kitchen. And you can tell, she's like, I feel like he's flirting with me. But that's not right. That's not how this works. She's very
He's
confused.
a priest.
Yes, one would assume if the priest feels like they're flirting with you, they're probably not, because they're a priest. They are celibate. Or at least they're supposed to be. So
Let's be honest. We have too many books that they're not.
yeah.
I mean, we're not going to talk about the real life implications of that either, but
So they start going on about their way, and different, like, she's like, wow, that was kind of weird, because she's still very confused. Like, is the priest flirting with me? What? Anywho, so they're starting to live their lives, go about their days, and Laurent is just, like, totally into her. Father Robert is trying to avoid her because he's totally into her.
and he's probably like, I like him too much, I like her too much, I'm not supposed to feel
Father
this. I'm a
Robert has
priest.
some, like, personal traumas and issues he's got to work through. So anywho, they had church service, and at the end of the service, there's all the old ladies. They have a very large population of widows who come to see the sexy priests. Fair. When I'm old, that's the kind of stuff I will do as well.
I'll be honest, as soon as you said old women coming to, look at the handsome priest, I immediately thought of that sound online that it's like, would you F a priest? What kind? You mean Catholic? What the? Well, are you effing a priest, or do you want to F God? Like, it's a whole thing. It's funny. So, sorry. ADHD brain got me there.
So yes. So one night, so at this church service, they're going through the goodbye line and telling everybody goodbye. They almost accidentally shut up an old woman in there, and they've never seen her before, and she's like, oh, you wouldn't want to be trapped with me here, boys. And, they're like, okay, because they've seen their fair share of crazies. So she's like, I know who you are. I know who both of you are. Probably better than yourselves. And she tells them this before she leaves. Tonight is the harvest moon where spirits come to play. All that is hidden will be brought to light. You two need a transformation. It's up to you both to define the true fruits of your soul. So she's just showing up a la the fairy magic witch lady in Beauty and the Beast. Like, sup? Oh, here you go. Here's a spell for your day. Peace. So, Father Robert can't sleep, which, harvest moon, full moons. Who can sleep on a full moon? He decides to go out.
I don't know. I sleep like a baby on a full moon.
Well, good for you. The rest of us don't.
Sorry.
Anyway, Father Robert decides to go chill in the garden, and he shut the door, and it was really loud. So then Father Laurent joins him, and they're both just kind of chilling in the garden by the cucumbers and the tomatoes. And they fall asleep in the garden, and they're just, like, laying there, and, like, that's kind of how they end up spending their days, and they, like, barely bump each other, and they just survive their love on these small, simple touches and things. Very dramatic. In their hidden love for each other. So anywho, it's the next morning, and they're like, did we fall asleep outside? But Laurent is the first POV you get, and he's like, what the world? Why is the sky, everything seems so big? And then they see Emily coming, and Emily, they're like, whoa, why is she so huge? And then Laurent looks down, he's like, oh my god, I'm a cucumber. And so he is like, I'm a cucumber. She's holding me. What's going on? And then he looks over.
Does she use the cucumber?
Let me tell my story, please.
I'm so sorry.
So she picks the cucumber that is Laurent, and then she also picks a tomato, and Laurent's like, looks over, and he's like, that's Robert. I don't know how I know. I just know that's Robert. Like, he just has a sense about it. So they go to
like, That's my man.
They get carried to the kitchen, and he's like, she has like a cutting board and a knife out, and he's like, oh no, am I gonna die? Is this how I die? What is this? She puts them down, and you can tell she's frazzled, and then finally, like, she picks up the cucumber and the tomato, and she's like, this is insane, and then goes to her bedroom. In her bedroom, she sits them on her nightstand, and Laurent's like, fuck yes, we're in her bathroom. And Robert is like, what's happening? Why am I tomato? Why are we in here? And then homegirl starts playing with herself, and she's like, I've never thought about food this way. What is wrong with me? What is going on? She's like, there's just something about that cucumber and that tomato that are doing things to me. So she starts messing with herself, and then she picks up Father Robert, the tomato, and uses him and like rubs the little nub on the tomato across her nips and her most sensitive bits. And then while he's perched there, she takes Laurent, and he gets to enter into the inner sanctum. That was like a church
Please
joke.
tell me you get their like...
Laurent was like, if this is how I die happy, man. Because his whole body's been inside of her as a cucumber.
What's the tomato's point of view? What's Robert's point of view on this?
He is like, well, it's not a sin because we're produce. We're not people. And this is amazing. And he likes, like, feeling her, seeing her. And he's like, she's such a good girl. Look at her take all of him with ease. And they're celibate, not virgins.
He said, huh.
But
well, I'm not a person right now.
Yeah, like, that's kind of how he justifies it. And it tells you that because after she catches her she falls asleep. They fall asleep. Well, I mean,
Okay.
they're vegetables. They're just sitting there. Well, when they wake up, the magic is gone. And they're human again. And they're both laying at the foot of her bed in her PJs. And she wakes up and screams. Like,
Are they...
oh!
Wait. They're in their PJs too?
Yes. Because
Okay.
they were outside in
like,
their PJs before they got turned into produce. So they got put back into their clothes.
I was just curious because I know, like, sometimes, like, even if they're in their clothes, they kind of, like...
Yeah, no.
They
Everybody
don't
was
have
still
their
clothed.
clothes anymore.
And then there was screaming and, oh my God, what's happening? And they're like, sorry, we'll get out of here. I don't know what happened. And everyone's like, what the heck? Well, then they finally realize and admit what happened. Because she's like, did you have a dream you were fucking a cucumber and a tomato, basically? Like, just drops it. Laurent has no chill. And she's like, oh my God, please don't fire me. Because she had no idea they were the vegetables.
Yeah, she was just like, I'm drawn to these two veggies suddenly.
But she's also just like, girl needs a little, action every once in a while.
It's like I'm with the priests. I mean, like, I can't do anything.
Which she was moaning their names in her little playtime session, so they know now that she definitely has the hots for them. Laurent is all about it and thinks that this is some divine gift God has given them. And Robert, like, it is. If it happens when we're produce, it's fine. But we won't do it in our human form. Because he still has
Laurent's
his...
probably like, nope.
Yeah, Laurent's like, seriously? Because that's the thing. Robert will always come so close and then back away. So close and then back away. So
you legitimately get a slow burn and a fast burn.
At, like, the speed of light, it's kind of wild.
That's
Honestly,
amazing.
It is amazing. It's talented because it is. Because, the one part is like, zoom, and Robert's back here like, no, I can't.
It's
So
like I've
anywho,
broken my ankle.
they kind of figure that out, and, they kind of have the situation happen again. But then, get this, Robert freaks out and is like, no, we can't be doing this. And Laurent's like, why the fuck not? Well, eventually, her and Laurent get down and dirty in human form. And Robert is a little jelly. And it's like, And I think she throws it in the face of, like, are you jealous of me or Laurent? Like, oh, snap, which one of us are you actually jealous of? Throw down. He's determined to ignore all this. Next part is one of my... I'm not Catholic. I would like to throw that out there. I didn't grow up Catholic. I grew up, like, Baptist and Pentecostal churches and stuff like that. So I'm not Catholic. So I don't know why I'm okay with this. And maybe that's why. Maybe if I wasn't. I don't know. Probably, questions for a therapist. There's a scene where after this, Robert's been, like, super avoiding everyone and all this stuff. It's been really awkward. And she decides to go. They're at the confessional, and she's, like, praying again. And he ends up coming around and making her suck his peen in the confessional. And it's pretty hot. Because it's kind of like, dang.
Wait. The tomato?
Yeah, but not as a tomato, as man. Father Robert. BJ in the confessional.
I need a minute. Okay. Did they get turned back into produce later on? Or was it just like a one and done thing?
So, it was not a one and done thing.
Okay.
It does happen again when they're all three specifically together. Because she was nervous, like, what if you're preaching and you turn into,
what if you turn into a cucumber?
Yeah, wild. Witch, you're a witch. Anywho, wrong time period, but same vibes.
I mean, so technically, I feel like that would definitely still happen, though.
Hot scene in the confessional, but then Father Robert is all like, no, never again. This is it. Laurent decides he has enough. Like, they're avoiding each other again. She, like, leaves their food in the kitchen and hides in her room and all this other stuff. Well, they decide, we need to talk about this, figure something out, all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
And Laurent's like, so you don't care if I fuck her? And he's like, what? That's between you and your soul, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, really? So they're in the dining room. And Laurent starts, like, messing with her, playing with her, and literally ends up boning her across the kitchen table with Father Robert sitting there, and he's asking him, so you're totally fine with this? Until Father Robert loses his composure, unzips, and brings his friend out, and is jacking off while he watches. I told you! I told you, bro. Wild.
Tofu's even come. He's shocked.
It's the priests. It's the VeggieTale priests. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Here's the best part, though. Remember Gail, who was on vacation? The one who showed Emily around when she got there? She kind of works around the parish.
Yeah.
Her vacation's over, and she walked in the door.
I'm so sorry, headphone users. Oh my god.
Busted.
Please tell me Gail just went, oh, I closed the door and went the other way. Please don't tell me she stopped it.
Oh no, well she didn't have to stop it. Father, like, they pulled their pants up and, like, ran after her and
they were
apologized.
Like, wait.
Yeah, it did not become a four-way. They apologized.
No, I didn't expect it to.
They apologized and said they would turn themselves in, like, the next day to the archbishop or whatever is over them. So they both are basically relieved of their duties. Laurent doesn't know where he's going to go, except wants to go with Emily. And Emily's like, I don't know what to do. And then Robert is still fighting his feelings, and he's like, I'm going to go become a monk.
Yeah, because that worked out for you before.
He gets too close to people, and if he gets too close to people, he hurts them, and he doesn't want to hurt them because he loves them and all this other stuff. So that is where I will leave you, because I'm not going to tell you how it ends and whether they get all back together and everything.
What?
I know. You're welcome.
You're doing to me what I did to you last week.
Yes, what happens?
Rude.
But this book is, like, still kind of newer and, like, gaining popularity, so I don't want to go too
I know,
far.
and we can't kind of open it up to that. That is one of the things we do. If it's newer or if it's popular currently, we don't like to spoil. And we do give a warning if we're going to.
Which I probably should, like, add a spoiler warning a little bit at the beginning for this one. But, ew, yeah, that's the cliffhanger you're getting left on. But trust when I say it's good. It's a good book. It's got the VeggieTale references. It's got plenty of spicy spice. And, you know, if your religious trauma can be healed by, like, dirty humor, then good read. Good read. I don't think I'm going to tell you after we are done either, because you want to read the book, so.
I do want to read the book, but I need you to tell me.
No.
I need you to tell me, or else there won't be an episode next week. Because I will read this one instead.
It don't take long. You can read both.
Okay, guys, if there's no episode next week, blame Cecily.
Whatever. So, yeah, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok. Audible, Amazon Music Podcasts, whatever it's called.
Technically,
Are we on
I think
Apple
we're also
yet?
on...
One day.
One day.
One day. We'll
Maybe
be on
we'll
Apple.
converse with your husband to figure that out again.
Okay. He likes to converse.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all in all, I will say, sometimes, you know, you see the book title and you're kind of like, I don't know about that. Give it a shot, because honestly, at first I was like, no. And then I was like, well, and now I did enjoy it. Maybe because I'm not Catholic.
A lot of those books that everybody's so...
Because there's definitely,
to
like,
read.
calling them father during the dirty, and that was interesting.
Yeah, I have read Priest.
Yeah. So.
By Sierra Simone. That one's
and yet
pretty
you
good.
still haven't reviewed it.
That's because I have so many books I'm reviewing. But anyway. Guys, you can see, these are not all my books, by the way. I'm working on putting more bookshelves up for my background. And then I'm going to need to fill my bookshelves. So, you know.
Fill them up. We filled them up pretty good last weekend or weekend before, whatever it was. I forgot.
I did.
Got lots of books, like 15 new books or something.
I got 23.
Me too. We ended up buying the same amount. That's funny.
That is funny, especially since I think another one of these actually has more than one book in it.
Oh yeah, this one has
we
like
got
5.
a couple of them. Yeah, we got a couple of them that have multiple of the books in them. So
sneak peek. I'll be reading this.
I think next week I shall be covering, as long as everything goes to plan, I shall be covering this one, and it was a very quick on screen. YouTube exclusive on that one. But anyway, yeah, follow us on all the socials. Linktree link will be in the description. If it's not, just head over to our Instagram We're Sweet and Spicy Pod pretty much everywhere. I think even on YouTube we're Sweet and Spicy Pod.
We are Sweet and Spicy Pod. It's not always the @ symbol that's confusing to me. Probably because I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. You don't have to put the @ anymore.
You don't. But just find us anywhere. Anywhere that we listed before at Sweet and Spicy Pod. You know, it's fun.
It's a short episode.
It is a
You're
short
welcome.
episode.
Because they've been long, I think.
They have been.
Yeah. Makes my editing job easier.
Mine too. Bye.
Bye.